Hey guys, welcome back to Wonderbill. This is our third episode of BTR Blueprint to Reality. And today I'm walking you through one of my favorite small scale projects completed in Lake Norman, North Carolina. This was a quick 2 week remodel, but packed with custom work, coordination, and clear vision for the client. And I'll show you how we tackle it from blueprint to the final punch list. So let's dive right in. If you guys are enjoying this type of content and the videos, just let me know in the comments. That just keep me motivating to continue building more. I'm truly enjoying this, and I love showing you guys how do we turn blueprints into reality and turn that vision and what it takes to build some of these projects. And on my right screen, I'm gonna have the screen with the blueprints. I got some pictures, and hopefully I got some videos, and I'm gonna post them through the length of the video. I might snap them in, so you stay tuned for those. And yeah, let's go for it. This particular project, we started on the Florida facilities first on that southeastern division. At the time, that's how we started with them. Used to travel all over Florida, hitting all of the pet paradise stores. They do grooming and boarding for pets. And this particular job, we started getting calls from the northeastern division because we're doing already quite a few projects in the southeast. They needed a crew to go out there and just tackle this project. And I believe what set us apart was the design build aspect of it. And that's what I wanted to bring you guys to the screen, because this set of blueprints right here, I created those using a software that you can download to your iPad. It's called ArcSight, and you can grab your little pen, your Apple pen, and you can draw things up and just add things. And I believe it's like $20 a month, something like that, around that range. And it helps me a lot. I use it all the time. Every time I go to some of these projects to quote them and there's no existing blueprints, I'll just draw something up real quick just to show the client and we're able to paint a picture and show them exactly what, so we're both on the same page. So this particular project, I'm not in North Carolina, but I do have a friend over there that's also a builder. And I asked him, hey, can you drop by to this project and check out first the concrete cutting, and also can you do a site assessment? And essentially what a site assessment is that you take measurements of the room and verify the size or dimensions of the rooms. Where's the hot and cold water? Where's the AC location? Where's the electrical and stuff like that? We kept it very simple, and we just did dimensions and locations of water supplies and whatnot. Um, so he gave me the dimensions, and I built the wall or the plans. Let's go right into it. If it wants to work, okay. Hold on. Let's get to it. There we go. Okay, so we had to build this enclosure in the middle to provide water supply, hot and cold, for three bathtubs for dogs. They essentially put the dogs inside those bathtubs. You're gonna see the picture. It'll start making sense once you see it. Um, and we needed to provide hot and cold. So we brought from an existing water closet, not water closet, but it's a closet that has a small, like, to clean buckets, essentially, for like janitor closet, essentially. Just a small floor tub. You can fill your water buckets. We brought hot and cold. We brought it up through the acoustic ceiling and then down through like a small soffit that we had to build. Took measurements of the sink basin. They're like 5 feet high. So we made the box 5 by 5 by, I believe, 2 feet. Yeah, 2 feet. And we took measurements of the bathtubs, and that's what it came out to. And we also did it because on the right side, over here, and then over here there's gonna be some cages too, and we needed to know the spacing if we can fit it. So we designed this blueprint to reflect those changes. And here it is on the inside. Essentially, the the water from the sink will go down into a sink drain, right? 2-inch pipe, no P trap, just straight down. The P trap is underneath the ground, so we didn't need it one. The water, as soon as it come out, just go straight to it. Let's see. Just very simple design that I created at the time. That's the access panel. You can get this at Home Depot, or no, actually Amazon. I think it was 18 by foot and a half, or 18 by a foot. And I was proposing that to the client. Additionally, we also needed to add an exhaust fan into the block wall, so we needed to demo the block wall. It was a foot, or yeah, 12 inches by 12 inches to fit in one of those wall-mounted exhaust fan to help circulate the air better inside the room. Now there's gonna be a little bit more moisture. Um, we had to bring a couple of outlets too from the ceiling, just provide power for the air, or not air vents, was the ventilators. I believe they call it, like those ventilators to provide air to dry out the dogs essentially. So we needed to provide power in a couple of locations, one, two, and three, four, five. We ended up having to create a new home run and create a new circuit because there was too much power being drawn. It was tripping the breaker. Let's start with the first picture. This is the wall-mounted exhaust fan. You can get them from Amazon for like $200. They're really nice. Actually, some of them they come with a temperature activator, right? Like a thermostat that will activate and they will turn on. This one was manually. You just plug it in and automatically turns on. It has vents for the outside part, so critters don't come inside the building. It's an opening essentially. Um, so this was a nice little feature that it came with it. Over here, we made this plastic enclosure because we had to concrete cut the wall, and we didn't use a wet saw. We just did it. We just did it with a concrete grinder and a blade and dry. So it was very dusty. So we created that little enclosure. Everything got contained inside that little room, and once the dust settled down, then it just landed on the ground. And that was pretty much it. The concrete cutting was another interesting part. My friend, he's a subcontractor out in North Carolina, assisted with me with this part of the project. They specialize in lots of what is it, underground projects like waterproofing, and they know how to concrete cut. They know how to build this type of sink basins. So he assisted with this, and he traveled to Lake Norman. He's out there in Ballantyne or Charlotte area, and he helped me out with this. So they concrete cut the floor. This is a 1.5 by 1.5 square, and then they installed the sink drain. These sink drains are very popular in restaurants. You're gonna see them mostly if you go to like a restaurant, you look down where the sink area is, where you do dishes and stuff like that. You're gonna see them on the floor. Um, you kind of need to have it like that, and it has a grate for you to stop, food and stuff to go down the hole. Um, so yeah, they're super useful to have them. Right here, we're doing the layout for the flooring. I use blue tape so I don't mark the floor, and that's where we're gonna start laying track. And you can see all my metal framing material to the right, and we're just getting ready to start erecting the enclosure. Here's my local framer. Um, he assisted me with the framing, the enclosing of it. We ended up using some sort of we were gonna use essentially drywall, moisture resistant drywall, and then FRP, but we ended up using this material which is used behind tile walls mostly, and we ended up furring it with that as is waterproof material already. And here's the enclosure. Those diagonal help provide a stability to the enclosure, so it came out pretty sturdy. On this picture, we're covering it with some what is it, compound, just so we have a nice finish on it. And I don't have a picture without the sinks, right? Like I just kind of got excited after we painted it. We just installed it. So here's the sinks that we installed. Doesn't have the water faucet yet. That comes later uh, on another picture. On the right side, I marked the area where you have the exhaust fan. We already made the hole, so we're waiting to add the power. We don't have power yet. I believe the guys were still working. They have one on the left ready to go, but we don't have one there on the right side. Um, so this is what it looks like inside this metal right here. That's where your hot and cold water is located. It just comes down from the back closet above the acoustic ceiling, and then it comes down 90-degree down into the unit. And then there is two valves up in the ceiling. And I remember I told the facilities director where it was located. Um, I don't have it on the plans here. I know I provided a set of documents with everything, but there it is, and we covered that later with wood trim to hide the metal essentially. There it is covered up. You can see here we installed the water faucets. These we installed them in the wall. That spigot right there, you set the temperature with the two in the back, the two mounted to the wall, and then it has a specific handle that you can press, and then it will come out to temperature. Again, this is super common in restaurants. You go to restaurants and they have this type of faucets. The facilities director for that division has background in restaurants, so he understands mostly he understands a lot of this type of features that we are applying here. That's why he helped us with the sink drain, and he helped us provide those faucets. So that was kind of him. On the right side, you can see these ventilators. They're heavy duty and they draw a lot of power. That's why we had to add another circuit to the system. And to the left side, inside this little closet, that's where you have the janitor's closet. And down here, you're gonna have that little pan that you use to like watch your mops and stuff like that, fill up mop buckets and whatnot. And we provided water through the acoustic ceiling. We just opened it up, provided power, and then brought it down through this column right here that we built. So that was pretty nice. And here you're gonna see the sinks. At the end, we decided to go away from the original plan on having an access panel, they wanted something bigger. Okay, they wanted a bigger door. So what I did, I went to Home Depot and got I believe it's half-inch ply. Yeah, half-inch ply. Just cut it to size. Bought like two little closers or hinges and a little handle, and it has a magnetic attachment at the top just to keep the door shut, and then you just pull it and it will open. Pretty simple. I mean, just a couple of bucks. We just installed it, and that will give them more space to go inside the enclosure in case they need to remove hair out of down the sink base or the sink drain. And they can also store product on the inside or hide whatever in that little alley, because you get like what, like if it's 5 feet long, you probably have like 3 feet of usable space that you can hide. I don't know, whatever you want to hide in there, buckets or I don't know, whatever. It's their stuff. There it is, the space right here. That's what I'm talking about. Let me see. So that's your plumbing. It's all half-inch copper pipe. Right here, you can store things on this little space, and there's the sink drain down there. So if anything falls in there, you can walk inside here and then just grab it and clean it up. So that was pretty neat to have that space. I don't recall having any. Yeah, right here you get valves to close the whole system. If you need to work on things, you just go in there, shut it, whatever you need to work on, and then close it. That was pretty neat too to add in there. Now that was the full scope as far as the whole grooming room area. Um, the whole point of the project is they wanted to swap rooms, right? They wanted to go the cat room, move it from the front towards the back, and then the grooming room, move it from the back of the store towards the front, because there's a piece of glass on the side right here that they thought they were gonna see, but now you have cages in there, so you can't really see inside the room anymore. But originally, that was the idea. Also, the space made more sense. Lots of times, also it was because of the way. Let's say you wanted to your client, you bring your dog in, and you want to dress it a certain way to get to this back facility here, where you see this, we're building this door. You have to walk long ways to the back of the facility. Now, being in the front, if you want to make any changes to your dog hair, you just walk in, turn to the left, and that will be the grooming room. Back here will be now turned into the cat room. And that's where you board your cats, essentially. They have these little towers where I'm going to show you right now. These little towers right here. Let me erase all of these lines and I'll explain to you what are those lines. Well, you can see there's a cat already inside one of them. We already finished this part of the project, and I'm just gathering a couple of pictures of the end. Um, we moved those cat rooms from the front of the store towards the back, and now we set up this whole room to be the cat room. Um, in between the stalls right here, that's where you used to have those baiting tubs for dogs right in there. And we have to remove the plumbing and cap it. We capped it up here at the top. So there's gonna be 3 supply lines right there that we just cut the pipes and then cover it up and just cap it. Um, so that was pretty much it. And we just put this cat towers, fit them in between so they can put cats inside, I guess. That was pretty cool. That's the last picture. Over here, what we did is that we enclosed the wall, and we enclosed that area and provided an exit sign at the top. So we provide power. We put power for another area into it, and now we added an exit sign, added a door, installed the door, leveled it, painted the door, painted the wall with the same color, And that was pretty much it. Just and added some trim too. Um, we had to move one outlet here. There was an outlet that was on the other side, and we just moved it to this side over here because it made more sense at the time to do it. And that's essentially it. That was a project. It's simple. I think the most important part of it was the design aspect of it, building the plans and then communicating with the client. Being that we're in Florida and they're in North Carolina, there was a couple of conversations that we needed to have over Zoom calls and design the plans and collaborating with people far away before I made the drive to North Carolina to assist the client with this project. And I think that was super exciting project, one of my favorites. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed and learned something new from this project. Like always, just check out my other videos. You guys have any questions or any suggestions for my channel or video, just add them here in the comments. And if you want to follow me on LinkedIn, I also have some great content. I started uploading the same format that we're doing here. I started uploading them to LinkedIn as into a article forms, and there's all these pictures. You can find them in LinkedIn for you to review, and you can connect with me, and we can chat about projects. That's something I'm very open. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you guys have a great one. Keep building.